Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of All Hands. It is Friday. We've made it here. Thank you for joining, as always. Definitely, it's been great to see the audience growing a little bit here on this video series, as this is something new that we've been trying this year, just started this year. So really good to be able to add this a little more interactive component and also visual component to the new warehouse platform, which, as you may know, has kind of strictly been audio based in the past, with some video mixed in, but we're definitely trying to lean a little more into video this year and figure out what that looks like, and also leverage the LinkedIn platform a little more too. And I think we'll be doing maybe some other types of interesting things, maybe some audio lives coming in the future too as well. I did do one a while back with Corey Connors, the sustainable packaging guy. I want to say that was like maybe a month, 2 months ago, something like that. So that was pretty fun, actually, and interesting. But we'll be looking to do some interesting things like that, hopefully in the near future, and bring some more additional content. It's difficult. There's like so many companies to showcase and talk to about what's going on in the industry, and definitely trying to figure out creative ways to get you access to all those companies and people that are talking about things within our industry and doing interesting things. But for today and this week, we had on the audio podcast on Monday and Wednesday, as usual. Monday, we had Joe Oliero of Wagner Logistics, and we talked a lot about actually some of the real estate side from the perspective of his 3PL, which is Wagner Logistics. He's actually the chief real estate officer, which is the first time I think I've heard that title before. So we talk a little bit about that and kind of what how he looks at the warehousing market. And then on Wednesday, we had Jen Tabbert of Dematic on the podcast, and we talked a lot about the software side of things within the industry, and also how that kind of relates to sustainability, and also how do we not only do some sustainability initiatives, but also make those same initiatives into efficiency gains as well. So very interesting podcast there. If you haven't checked them out, make sure you listen to them anywhere you get your podcast at. And this week we are doing the t-shirt shout out again. I like this little trend, and I like getting all these t-shirts. My wardrobe is becoming very warehouse centric, which makes a lot of sense. Very on brand, right? So this week I got the purple shirt on from Tact. Shout out to Glenn over there. They're doing some interesting things around labor management and looking at different ways to gain efficiencies and things like that in that realm. And we're going to be having them on the podcast in the future too. So definitely be sure to be on the lookout for that. But shout out to Glenn Lopresti over there. He's been a big supporter the past couple months, and I've seen him at a couple conferences too, and always a great guy to chat with and catch up a little bit. So thank you for the shirt, of course. And then this week, our safety tip is sponsored by GMR Safety, who comes out, and their primary product is the Power Chalk for chalking wheels. So thank you very much for them for supporting the show and contributing their safety tip this week. We're going to hear from Jette at GMR Safety, my friend over there in Montreal, in Quebec. So very good safety tip coming up here. And in the main segment, we're going to see a little ProGlove demo from ProMat. So here is the safety tip from GMR Safety and Jette.
So warehouse safety is one of the biggest concerns in the industry. That's where the action is. And you have, for this safety tip, some information I'm going to be sharing with you. You have sometimes human walking in a warehouse, but you have also the bigger lift trucks that are coming inside the warehouse and that are loading and unloading trailers at the dock. And that's where basically we see the bigger risk. Today in the industry, where the warehouse and logistic business has been prominent, and also one of the main cause of accidents when there's a trailer separation. Let's say there's a trailer early departure attempts, then there's a risk for the lift truck to fall on the ground, therefore to cause an accident. Crazy numbers. 75 accidents happen every day at the loading docks. Every 3 days, there's a fatality of a worker crushed under the lift truck or under the trailer. So therefore, you want to avoid, obviously, these accidents. That every 220 accidents, there's a fatality, but a lot of people get hurt as well. So in order to address those situations, we have come up with a very simple and effective solution. But there are different types of system on the market that exist to address this issue. There are regular ICC bar that restrains the vehicle by the wheel, and there are wheel-based restraints like the power chuck that we do. ICC bar restraints are good systems, and they're designed to restrain the bumpers in the back of the trailer. It's automatic, it's easy to use. Where the wheel-based restraint has their main advantage, it restrains the part of the vehicle that is very sturdy, being the wheel and the axle eventually. So when there's a trailer departure attempt, well, we block the wheel effectively, so safety is greater with a wheel-based restraint. And we have a fantastic system that offers a unique guarantee where we guarantee it to be indestructible in the case of an early departure attempt. So the Power Chuck has been on the market for 25 years plus, and it's all over the world today. And that's a great way of securing your employees in the warehouse. So please contact us and visit our website at gmrsafety.com, and we'll be happy to talk to you. Have a great day.
All right, great safety tip there from Jette of GMR Safety. And once again, thank you to them for supporting the show today. You can check them out at gmrsafety.com. Really interesting solution that they have with the power chalk. So definitely check that out, and hopefully we can showcase that on a future episode as well, so people can see it. But for our main segment today, we're going to have a little demo of ProGlove that we recorded back at ProMat, and I think this is the last of our ProMat videos that we had shot. So we'll be bringing you some new content as well coming up, and very interesting things. If you have a product or demo software, something that you'd like to show off, or have us come visit your site to shoot an episode of All Hands there, be sure to reach out and let us know. You can just reach me here on LinkedIn. It's easy enough, and then we can kind of coordinate that and see how we get you on the show. We're also always looking for people to contribute safety tips as well, so if you want to do that, reach out too as well. It's a great way to promote your company, your brand, and show that you are safety minded and safety focused. And I think we always learn so much from each other when we share things from our experiences. So really interested to hear from everybody. So definitely reach out if you're interested in sharing. But we're going to get into the main segment. And if you missed anything from the new warehouse this week, make sure that you check out the newsletter coming out later today right here on LinkedIn. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join 1,000 plus people as a subscriber. So thank you very much for your support, and thank you for tuning in today. Here is the main segment featuring ProGlove. Hey, it's Kevin Lawn with the New Warehouse podcast here at ProMat on day one, and I am joined by my friend Ilhan Kolko, meeting him for the first time in the flesh, and also Matthias Kirchner, and they're from ProGlove. We've had ProGlove on the show a couple times, and we've also done a little demo before too of their solution. And they're here at ProMat, obviously showing off ProGlove and what it is to offer. So, Ilhan, tell us a little bit about your presence at the show today.
Yeah, so we're ProGlove. We make industrial wearables and integrated solutions that goes along with it. And our main goal is to make sure that we stay human-centered and we create technology for human workforce to wear.
Right.
But also, in general, we like to make sure whatever we put on the shop floor results in higher productivity. So wherever human hands or eyes are needed for like high-volume repetitive tasks, that's where our technology comes into play. For instance, like picking, sorting, packaging, put away, anywhere where human workforce is tasked with doing repetitive things.
Right.
Our wearable technology and our software come into play and make things better for them.
Okay, great. And we love what you do. I mean, I think that the flexibility of the ProGlove itself and just giving you that hands-free experience in the warehouse is a great thing. So, but you guys have a new integration with the Apple Watch, right? So
Correct.
tell us a little bit about that.
So we integrate into almost all the ecosystems that are out there. So our goal is to make sure that we operate at any major ecosystem that is out there globally seamlessly. So we are. I think one of our secret sauces has always been being plug and play.
Yeah.
So over time, as we got into more use cases where like worker guidance, worker well-being, these topics, these themes became more prominent for us. So especially, I would say over the last 2-3 years, we've been putting a lot of effort on more bi-directional interaction use cases. Again, picking is a perfect example for it. Like, we've been focused on, for instance, on airport operations, airlines for baggage loading, unloading, and processing related use cases a lot, where, the human worker, they need to do their job non-intrusively, so they have a task to complete. We just want to make sure that as the wearable barcode scanner, for instance, we don't interfere with what they do. However, when they need to resolve an outlier, you need the additional interaction, or where there are some workflows that is mostly harder for the worker to memorize, then we get into the worker guidance use cases. So for that reason, we started playing into more other smart devices that are also wearable, like the smartwatches and such. So again, we integrate into all the ecosystems, but more recently, we did a iOS implementation where we integrate with the Apple Ultra Watch, which is super cool. So that's what I wanted to share with you.
Nice, definitely, and I think we're gonna get a chance to see it here. So why don't you? I mean, we can talk about it all we want, but we want to see it, right? So
let's see it.
Yeah.
Awesome, for sure. Can you hear me?
Let's move the mic over here.
Can you hear me? Perfect. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you're good.
What we wanted to prove with our demo app on the Apple Watch Ultra is that we truly can build processes and workflows for the human worker on the ground with these like new generation of wearable devices, right? To really augment the human worker with the information he or she needs at the right point in time of the process, right? And still have that full interaction capabilities for outliers or anything that comes up which is not within their normal flow. So it's really simple. So you just open the app, tap a button to bring up a pairing barcode. So that's how we usually connect, right? And it's done. Both devices are now seamlessly paired via Bluetooth, and they can communicate to each other. So what we did is we have this little picking flow, and you can right out of the gate see how visually pleasing the information is shown and really highlighted to have that peekability. So the human worker absolutely knows where to look at every single step of the process. And if I do a scan now, you can see that it not only confirms that I did the right location scan, confirmed that I'm in the right place on the shop floor, but the blue box also moved further to scan the item, right? So the human worker always knows in which kind of like step within the picking flow he or she is and is guided forward. Something we can also do with the touch display of the Apple Watch Ultra is we can bring more information up, right? So for example, if you are in an aisle and you don't know which item to be picked directly, right? These visual information in terms of pictures shown can help you to be even more efficient and quicker to understand which item to pick, right? So that's something I can bring up. I confirm my item again with the scan. And for example, now we are at the quantity, right? So it tells me to pick 5 pieces. So there's maybe only one. So I can also interact here with the IT system bi-directional, as Ilhan said. Confirm that I only had one, and then with a double tap of the button, I then confirm the action and everything is done. So that really shows this seamless interaction between the scanner and the wearable device itself.
Okay, really interesting and very cool. And I love too that you chose to use the Apple Watch there because it's so much smaller, and I think it's more comfortable. So, I gotta talk to us a little bit about the decision there. As you know, we see some other wrist wearables that are out there, and they're quite a bit larger than that. So, tell us a little bit about the decision to go in that direction.
Absolutely. So, as Ilhan said, we play with everything that's out there, right? That's one of the core competency of ProGlove. And we see a lot of clients choosing different form factors, right? They might put an iPhone on the back of the wrist because they use the iPhone also for other tasks, right? But very often the screen of the iPhone or of any smartphone out there is too big for the information I actually need, right? So we believe in like very well designed processes on the shop floor. The display size of an Apple Watch Ultra is big enough to show you all of the necessary information and interaction capability that you need to run your day-to-day work.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and I love the solution. I mean, super easy to use. So now, I guess my question too, I mean, because I know you guys have the other, I think it's the Mark III that has the display on the thing. So
Mark display.
Yeah, like the one you're wearing right there, right? So I mean, is this just giving another option, or you're moving away from the Mark display? What's
I think it's a bit of a toolkit approach. Like we want to make sure we get multiple options. So a lot of our customers could be in different parts of their procurement cycle. They have already purchased a smart device, and we're now in position to come and complete the picture for them. Whereas we could be joining them in the process. The thing is, we want to have this flexibility across the portfolio, both for any programmable worker guidance related solutions, but also any display that our customers choose to operate in. So Mark Display, having additional features around our own native products, that way we'll continue to invest in that area. More partnerships along with it as well. It could be, again, an iPad attached to a robot, like in the Locus Robotics case. We want to make sure that we play into the customer system of choice, as I mentioned. So that's what we do. We plug and play. Okay.
All right. Very cool. And I think it's great that you guys are expanding that range too, because like you said, your point, I mean, makes a lot of sense, right? Maybe we've already invested in some other device, but we want to add this, great scanner that you guys have made, and that makes total sense. So I'm curious too, because I've been hearing, maybe you have some insight on this. I've been hearing more about like Apple wanting to get more into the supply chain space and stuff. I mean, is that kind of part of the reason why you went towards the Apple Watch as well? Is with that partnership?
I think it's just the opportunity just came up through certain clients that we have, and there was some mutual interest in that regard. So, we're just taking it one day at a time at this point. We're definitely interested in adding more use cases and more capabilities. But for now, it's too early to speak of anything larger than that. Okay.
All right. Very good. And since we're at ProMat here, I mean, what do you think? Aside from ProGlove's awesome solutions. I mean, what other things are kind of getting you excited here, and what are you interested to see?
Definitely a lot of robotics companies here, right? And this is something that human-machine collaboration is something that we've been burning a lot of brain cells on in the recent years. So we're looking forward to having deeper partnerships with companies like Geek Plus or Locus Robotics, which are like great partners to us. But we also want to check out the rest of the ecosystem. We are spending a lot of time on worker well-being, worker safety, through more integrated offerings with our hardware and software. So these are some of the things I also want to explore with my team here. As well, and obviously, we have a pretty good presence here, and we want to make sure, we get the leads and prospects that we're looking for, making sure that our customers, our prospects, learn about us, learn about our capabilities, and we learn in return about their use cases and what they need and how we can help them.
All right, awesome, and it's great to finally meet you in person and have you come by the booth. If people are interested in learning more about ProGlove, how can they do that?
So we're pretty active on LinkedIn, so they could look us up at LinkedIn. Our website is proglove.com. We also post a lot of customer testimonials, use cases, demos, videos. So if they're interested how our products are used that are different use cases that we serve to, that'll be a great place to check. And also during ProMat, we'll be at booth South 4971, so we'll be on the south side of it. So just come and check us out.
Definitely, we'll come visit you over there on the south side. We're on the north side here. So it's great to meet you in person finally, and we'll definitely put more information about ProGlove at thenewwarehouse.com as well. So Ilhan and Matthias, thank you so much for joining me here at the booth.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Pleasure.